Hello and welcome to the TES Secondary Maths Resource of the Week number 3 with me, Craig Barton. Now, my delightful Year 12s are back in lessons having sat their AS exams, and it's time to start the A2 qualification before the summer holidays, which means for me, as the teacher of the core stuff, that I need to start Core 3. And it got me thinking, I've taught Core 3 for quite a few years now, and I'm never entirely happy with how I teach it because the students always tell me it's by far the hardest of all the modules. And I think that's probably true because the content in it is certainly more tricky than Core 1 and Core 2. And it probably doesn't have as many of the nice applications like vectors that Core 4 has. So it is undoubtedly a tricky thing, but it got me thinking, could I be teaching it a little bit better? So as I do each year, I went back through my notes and all my PowerPoints that I have prepared. And I looked at them and I thought, they're a bit rubbish then. The notes were a bit dry and not nicely laid out. And I thought, oh, for God's sake, am I going to have to start from scratch again? And I thought, oh, I'll just have a quick flick around the TES just to see what's if there's anything nice out there. And then I couldn't believe my eyes as I stumbled upon this. Maths Core 3 set of lesson PowerPoints contributed by Owen134866. And they are just wonderful. It is exactly what it says there, a complete set of PowerPoints that cover the entire Core 3 course. And they're lovely, beautifully set out. So I've just downloaded a couple just to show you. First one, Algebraic Fractions. Painful topic. Now I should say these are for the Edexcel qualification. We teach AQA, but there's massive crossover. And because these are PowerPoints, you can edit them to suit your own qualification. So I'll just show you. They're also designed for a given textbook, but what's nice is this textbook seems to have broken them down into quite logical, structured sections. So this first bit, as it says there, you need to be able to rewrite fractions in their simplest form. So this is just a nice simple warm-up about making sure students can simplify numerical fractions, and this PowerPoint is beautifully animated, so these things bounce in at different times, so everything's not revealed on the screen at the same time, if that makes sense. So it starts off numerically and then it moves to algebraic stuff just to get the students sorted out there with that, then into factorising quadratics and all that kind of stuff. Then we move on to section 2, where this time we look to multiply fractions. And again, I think it's quite a pedagogically sound way of starting it off this. Start numerically, move on to simple algebraic stuff, and then we get on to nastier algebraic stuff, where denominators and numerators cancel. And look, the thing with this is, I'd never teach it exactly like this, and I'm by no means advocating that you just rock up to lessons and fire up this PowerPoint and everyone's happy. But it's just nice because here is a basis for how you might teach Core 3. There's a nice simple set of slides, and then you can build in all your other stuff around it. So if I just keep going through here, then we get to add and subtract fractions and blah 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 blah, and before you know it, we're on to algebraic long division. And there's a good couple of weeks worth of work all set out nicely, ready for you to kind of adapt and tweak to fit your way of teaching. I'll just show you quickly as well numerical methods, because this is slightly different here. Again, beautifully laid out with lovely little diagrams. So here we have finding roots and showing that roots are between two given values. And then it moves on to starting to get to iterative methods. And again, lovely, beautifully set out, lovely examples with notes that go alongside it. And then when we get down here, we get to some nice graphs that have been drawn and imported in there as well. Absolutely beautiful. And if I just and some lovely little convergent cobwebs and staircase diagrams, if I just take something like this, again, I would never teach it exactly like this, but what I would do is certainly use that slide. It's beautifully laid out, and I'd probably have my own little autograph page or something like that set up so I could investigate it dynamically. But here are my notes done for me here, beautifully laid out, ready for me just to tweak and adapt to my own style. And it also got me thinking, as well as helping my teaching, I might as well just give my students at the end of the course this complete set of PowerPoints as well. And then before you know it, they've got a set of notes alongside their own notes and alongside the textbook, just to help them with their revision as well. So, as a basis for starting the teaching of Core 3, especially if you've never taught it before, or if, like me, you're looking just to jazz up your notes and examples a little bit, these are absolutely out of this world. And I'll tell you what, that's not all, because I've got another surprise for you here. Owen134866, he's only gone and done the same thing for Core 4, so there's a complete set of Core 4 PowerPoints, and if that wasn't enough, he's chucked in S1 into the mix as well. So there you go, ready, and because they're in PowerPoint form, they are ready to edit, add slides, add links to autograph things, add links to the web, add your own notes, all that fully editable, and that's the best way to use TES resources, I find. Take something that you like and then tweak it to fit your teaching styles and the needs of your students. So what a wonderful resource that is. That's going to save me hours, and I hope it saves you some time too. I'll be back next week with a fresh resource of the week. Take care and bye for now.